Robin Clay. Today I'd like to show you how to make a yarn wrapped basket out of just some simple supplies that you probably have at home already. Let's get started. All you need for this activity is some thick cord. This is macrame jute, but you could also use a clothesline or paper cord, something about this thick. You will need a blunt tapestry needle and scissors and any kind of yarn that you have around the house or that you find beautiful. So my project that I've made already fits in my two hands. It's about this big. It used about 15 feet of cord and about half a skein of yarn. So after you cut your 15 feet or so of cord, and by the way, you can always add more cord if you run short, then for every workable piece of yarn, we're going to cut about 1 arm length, okay? So I've done that, and I've threaded one end into my needle, and I'm actually going to work with the unthreaded end. So the tail of that is what I'm going to work with. I'm going to take these two ends and layer them like so. So one tail is going this way, and the other tail is going that way. I'm a right-hander, so I'm going to be working and winding with my right hand. So I'm going to pinch that into place and simply start winding it around. Getting started is a little bit different. Once I get about an inch into it, I'm going to fold that over like so. Pinch it with my fingers and then keep winding, about 10 or so winds. Okay, so I've done that. Now I'm going to fold it again. And now to connect these two together, to hold it in place, I'm just going to take my tapestry needle and poke it through the center here and tug on it a little. I'm going to do that 2 times. And pull nice and tight. Okay? Now I'm just continue winding. I just hold on to my rope like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm running out of yarn, no problem. I'm going to cut another arm length, and you can cut several to keep yourself from having to stop every couple of minutes. So we've got this end here. I'm going to take the new piece and line it up, okay? So I've done that. I'm going to hold it into place and continue winding. 8, 9, 10, and bend it. And so every time I attach it, I go to the next rope inside. I'm not going to jump into the middle unless that's the way I first started. I'm just going to take from where I am here and jump to the next rope inside. Bring that up a little bit better. Do that a couple of times to hold it into place. Pull it nice and tight. And keep winding. I've added just a few more pieces of yarn. I wanted to show you how pretty that looks. When I count my my wrappings and connect, I can create these nice patterns around it. That's what the bottom looks like. This is a little problem. I'll disguise that later patch it up with more yarn. Now you can continue, or you can go ahead and add another color. I'm going to switch to a different color. So remember, 1 arm length. Line those 2 tails up together, facing the same direction. Pinch. So you might notice that my piece is starting to curve a little bit. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit round. I do that just by the way I start stacking my cord. So when I'm ready to attach it, if I attach it to the side, my container, my basket will be a little bit wider. If I stack it toward the top of the cord below it, it'll be more round. That's what I have so far. Looks really cute.
If I run out of cord, there's an easy fix.
I can just get more cord, and what I'm going to do, if I run out, is just layer those two, the new piece together, and wind around that. So for the sake of demonstration purposes, I've made just a little basket today. This is what mine looks like. You can see how I've stacked those coils so that it's nice and round. I just wanted to show you how you can finish that off whenever you're ready. I'm going to taper cut that so that it blends nicely into the finished design. Wrap that a little. And so with the extra, what we're going to do, let me just tie this back a little bit. With the extra, what I'll do is I'm going to just, with a needle attached, I'm going to tuck that underneath some of these threads. And pull that through. And then I can cut it, and that should hold it into place.
To finish off your basket, you can always sew on beads or other pretty things. I hope you enjoy this pretty and relaxing activity and share your work with me at SourcePoint. Happy creating!